everybody.
Welcome to Two Boys, One Podcast, plus that other guy.
Two Boys, One Podcast, and Nick.
Hey! Welcome to the only show that's recorded during snowstorms.
There's one happening here, too. How about that?
How much you're out in the street waving at the sun, and it's just throwing snow down at you. It's not snow, that's ash. Old Faithful finally blew up.
It did?
How many inches you got there?
I mean, it's been so sunny the last few days. It's. I bet you it won't amount to more than just a little white lawn that'll melt by the ambient temperature at night.
Ours should melt by June.
Well, there you go. Summertime. Pretty. So Old Faithful finally did it,
it's
huh?
True. Old Faithful, yeah, that's just rain and ash down on the corner of Afton and Afton. If you are wondering if Rob is okay, just dial 1-555 screw you.
Wait.
And eventually, if he doesn't call you back, you'll know he wasn't.
But Old Faithful goes all the time. Don't you hear him call? I pay him every time every time he's gonna go. I pay him to take a dive so I can rake in the cash. But he'll never do it. He's too prideful.
Well, it's because you're paying him too much. You got to start withholding.
That's a good point. I guess he's just like, hey, shit,
stop paying him to take a dive.
Keep paying.
You got to break his kneecaps.
That stupid guys.
You got one thing to do.
Ugh. Well, I'm a fool.
A fool for Old Faithful.
Did you mean Super Caldera?
Is that what you guys have been talking about? You've been talking about Old Faith? Sorry. I was lost.
Yeah,
I don't know who you were paying. I thought there was some mob boss in your town, but you were just talking about Old Faithful?
You thought there was a guy named Old Faithful?
He tries to make money off Don Old Faithful.
Hey,
Don.
Old Donnie Faithful.
Old Faithful. Hey, Old Faithful. Good to see you.
That guy blows.
Yeah.
I gotta go to the bathroom. No, Nick. Someday you'll get that reference, but we've talked about it before on a previous podcast. I pay Old Faithful to take a dive, and then I go against it going off. And then,
that brings up a very good point. Before you guys even ask,
hold on. I
haven't made it too far.
I think I know.
Have not made it too far.
Stop. Profile and listen. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear it?
I can hear it a little bit.
Sort of. I got da.
Just a little homework tonight. Just a little home. The mic, but you guys like. Okay, Nick. Let's talk about it. I got your homework sheet right here.
I got your homework right here, you goon.
Yeah, Old Faithful and me.
What do you know? What do you say?
Billy the Bladder, that's Old Faithful. You're Nick.
I don't know. I've been fearing this. Serious. No. You don't understand. Once I finally heard when we were going to start recording, I went, oh shit. I felt like a high schooler again who hadn't started on his report until.
Let us guess. Cats ate your earbuds.
The day before.
Cats ate your earbuds.
Okay. No, I didn't have internet, so the internet broke. All Lincoln County internet. Zeke, are you still in Lincoln County down there?
Yeah, the snow ate your internet and your homework
for a month and a half.
Yep. So every oh god, has it been that long?
It's been a long
Jesus,
it's been a long time. It's practically time for the new Olympics.
I feel terrible. I still mean to be to make you guys feel even better. I barely listen to any podcasts anymore. I used to do it. I mean, I still will. Don't get me wrong. I usually listen to podcasts on the way to work or at work. And since I've had the job back, I got a little drive because I work in tea. So, God, I feel like such a scumbag right now.
Lay honest. Did you listen to
No. Like I said before,
you said you hadn't gotten too
I have
far.
listened to the first two, but that was before you told me in the last episode to watch them all. I'm done because everything I say, I'm just going to babble and make excuses, and there is absolutely no excuse. I should have listened and I didn't.
Nick, listen, we're not mad. We're disappointed.
Yeah, it's even worse.
But we'll get you back.
We'll let it slide this time, Nick, but there's going to be repercussions. If we had thought ahead, maybe you'd be in a little more trouble.
Earth True will do self-shame flogging from now until the next recording.
Earth 3,
Oh, God.
live free.
You could still quiz me, and if I get them right, can I?
Sure, okay.
This is an AR.
Can I skip that
Accelerated
episode?
reader.
No, I truly mean to. I think it's just, to me, it's overwhelming with the idea of, how about this? I wanted to.
Bargaining, huh?
Well, no, I wanted to maybe make a compromise.
Which is a bargain.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, continue. Yes, lay it on us.
It's just the idea of having to watch the movies. That's what I am really not looking forward to, because I know some of the first movies, looking through your guys' podcasts, look terrible.
I don't know.
And
The first ones? What?
It doesn't get bad until about episode 11, to be honest.
Yeah, it just takes a turn at episode 11. A hard left to
A
oblivion.
good long while.
And that takes us about 13 episodes to dig out.
hold on, let me look this. I gotta look it up because I think you're right.
But if you actually do watch all the films and do your homework correctly, we will give you your own holiday where you get to pick 5 movies of your own and run us through your own gauntlet.
That's right.
Oh no, I wouldn't want that. I'd only want. I just want to be a part of the movie picks of the week. That's all I want.
No, you get caught up. You get your own holiday. Rob has Halloween. I get Christmas. You get your own.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking at Brewster McCloud. No. Frog. No.
Yes.
It's really
Yes.
good. It's really good.
What is this? What does that say?
You're in the heart of the podcast now.
Extraordinaire, spectacular. Chopper chicks. What is all of this?
Nick, do you want to let's do a good little recap. I got them all listed here, Nick, and you can just this won't be overwhelming at all. You guys ready? I'm going to list them all.
Go ahead.
Partisan. Lost in Translation. Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader. Evil Dead 2. Alien Apocalypse. They Live. Tango and Cash / Turner and Hooch. Yes, you have to watch them both. when we get to it, you'll learn. The Thing. Clockers. Bad Lieutenant. Video Dead. See,
Which Bad Lieutenant?
And that's the start. That is when we get in a little bit of a hole here.
Well, if I've seen them before, do I have to watch them again? Do I really?
Yeah.
That's baloney.
Because otherwise, you end up doing what Rob and I have both done, where you try to get by talking about it, and it just sounds terrible because you clearly don't remember anything.
Yeah, but I don't need to talk about it. You've already done it. It's not like we're going back to. Okay, so also I'm looking at the YouTube, and you guys can cut all this out later on. I'm looking at the YouTube page, and there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You gotta go to
6,
the
7,
feed.
8, 9.
You gotta go to the feed.
Oh.
It's a different page. It takes a little tinkering, but it's there. You can, and they're all on Facebook now. Hey, everybody, we got a Facebook page. Go check it out.
Live from the corner of Afton and Afton, it's Two Boys One Podcast on Facebook.
I'm not on Facebook. I left Facebook again. I got paranoid
I think you
again.
could probably. No, I guess you probably can't access it.
Facebook doesn't have any bad news surrounding it. There's nothing to be paranoid
Trust
about.
with my life. I put in my social security number.
I give him my PIN.
Yep.
I just post it on my feed.
Safe and sound.
just a lunatic these days. Well, when you've sat at home as long as I have the last few months without a job, you get paranoid. It's like being in solitary confinement. So you follow all the news, and you sit in the corner picking your nails and eating your boogers, and and you create a Facebook account, and then you quit it again, and you come back on, and then Zuckerberg says, Zucky. But other than that, I've been getting a lot of sleep, so that's nice.
That's good. Nick, you can always go to the horse's mouth and get them from Zeke there. You can put them on a little thumb drive or something or other, too. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Zeke, do you have those? Do you have those here today?
I don't have them here today, but I can drop them off tomorrow.
I could send them to you in an email, too.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, and then after that, Ninja Academy, you're really going to like that one.
You're really going to like that one.
When Harry Met Sally, that's 13. 14, Running Man, not too bad. Live and Let Die / Platoon, yep, you got to watch them both. 16, Superman 2. 17, Sisters, 1973 version. 18, Brewster McCloud. 19, Frog.
The gift that keeps on giving, Brewster McCloud.
Okay.
19, Frog.
Okay, time out. Just stop. No, okay. All right, just stop right there. Let's make a new compromise. Can I skip the ones I've seen, but I'll still listen to the podcast? That's what I mean. I'll listen to the podcast, but if I've seen the movie, like some of these I've seen dozens of times. Maybe not a dozen, but you get my point.
Like which ones?
Make it a baker's dozen.
I don't... Like Royal Tenenbaums.
Like Video Dead?
Like They Live.
Ninja Academy?
I have not... I will watch that. I will watch all of the ones that you've named, the 1,000-Foot Lady or whatever, and I will watch all of those. But Evil Dead 2 or 1, which one? 2. I've seen it. 2. I mean, like
you make it sound like it's so bad. I've seen it. That's a good movie. It's good.
I own it, so I've seen it.
Okay, that's all right. Hey, let's calm down, Nick.
Sorry for my tone. We're going on too long about this. So can we just? What do you guys think about the compromise?
We'll talk about it off air and get back to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what that means. That means listen to me, folks. They just don't want to be the bad guys. They don't, or maybe I'm the bad guy. I don't know yet. We'll see it.
Look,
we'll see on the message
Nick,
boards.
You're trying to put us in a corner. You want us to answer you right now. You're hoping we'll say yes because we want to look like we're nice. Well, maybe we don't want to be nice, or maybe we do. But we're not making a decision on the air. Maybe. Okay, we'll consider it.
All right. I deserve that. After not even listening to one, I completely deserve that, and I'll take my answer off air. Thank you.
And then you get to watch Frog. Just so you know, there's a movie called Frog.
Frog!
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't wait to rehash some of these old...
Yeah. One more question?
Yep.
So this quiz that you've set up, how long is it right now?
There's no quiz.
There's a quiz. And is it multiple choice?
Sure. Okay, I can give you a little quiz every week. It's going to be...
No, you don't have to. I just want to be... I want to know what I'm getting into next time. Like, do I need to make a cheat sheet?
I'll do 5 questions. How's that?
He's just calling it a quiz. I thought it'd be more of an interrogation where you'd have a hood over your head.
That's what I thought too.
Like pliers on your fingernails.
I like that much.
A jug of water at your side.
Yuck.
We know how to waterboard.
Yep.
Do you know Zeke wants to make a VR video doing waterboarding?
I knew that, yeah.
I just found out it scares the heck out of me.
No, I really... For some reason, the idea of waterboarding just doesn't seem so bad. I'm sure it is. But...
Well, it's all psychological. I kind of want to try it just to see what it's like.
Oh, jeez, you've got a towel on my face, pouring water on it.
This sounds like a special edition episode coming up in a few weeks.
Well, it's probably not a lot different than me swimming in general. Like, there's a lot of sputtering and gagging and floundering, and then I'm okay. It'll be fine.
Well, can I have some more?
Just let me be. I'll get through it.
It is a lot like swimming. I get more freaked out when I'm swimming because I think Jaws is there. So maybe if they had like a mechanical shark that was biting at you while they're pouring water in my face.
I'd rather be waterboarded than left abandoned in the open ocean.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, that would be horrible.
I would rather be waterboarded than make me look at an eel. Ooh.
Rather than hold an eel.
Oh, boy. No, sir. I'll tell you what you want to know.
I'll tell you right now. Here's where you can find everybody. Here's my little black book. Here's their cell phone numbers. Here's what day they were born. Here's their favorite food. Here's where they are right now.
This is a good new game. I'd rather do this than get waterboarded.
What would you? Rather get waterboarded.
I used to play this game with a friend of mine. Did you ever watch that documentary Zoo?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's about a man who was loved to death by a horse. Mm-hmm. And so after seeing that film, randomly we would send these notes to each other. Would you rather do this horrible thing, or would you get FTD by a horse?
Oh, that kind of loved. Yuck.
Yeah. Yep. And I only got him one time where he would rather take the horse over the other thing, but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely different. I think it would take a pretty terrible thing for me to want to get STD on a horse.
Yeah. Right?
God. Yuck.
Pop his eye hole straight out. Everybody check out Zoo. You will regret it.
Don't watch that movie. That was at Sundance about 12 years ago.
I remember.
And all I can say is just say nay.
Just say nay.
Or nay means nay.
Pretty good. You like punning, don't you?
It's punny because it's true.
We don't care for that.
So it's been a while. It's been a long time, a month and a half.
It's been two snows since our last talk.
It's a couple of...
I know. We've got a lot to catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
How long's a fortnight
2
again?
weeks. Right, Zeke? Pretty sure it's 2
I believe it is, yes. Yeah.
4 fortnights.
Do we really need to say fortnight anymore? I think we're good. I mean,
Yes.
like,
Sounds cool.
it's...
Sounds cool.
3 fortnights or 4 fortnights? What did we decide?
No, I really don't recall when it was. The Olympics were still going. That makes it February.
Yeah.
So we went all the way through March. Jeez. So at least 3.
Yeah, we taped. I was out of the country again between tapings. Seems to be a thing.
Yeah.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
So Zeke, what? You went to Mexico, didn't you?
I did.
Cool.
Oh yeah, for your writing deal, right?
Yeah, and for the longest time, so I bought this shirt down there that's El Mariachi Mario.
Mariachi Mario, yeah.
And for the longest time playing Mario Kart, at the beginning where he says, "Let's go," I always thought he said, "Mexico." So I bought this shirt just to commemorate that.
It's the greatest thing I've heard in a long time. Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Mexico.
Yeah, that's a really good impression too.
That's all I'm gonna hear whenever I play that.
Mexico.
Yeah.
It's
Mexico.
Oh man, you must have been so bummed out when you found out it wasn't that.
I was a little bummed. I was like, well, maybe that's where they're racing. I don't know. I've never been there.
Mushroom Kingdom is a province. Province of Mexico.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Loosely based on.
Chichen Itza.
Well, I think I spent an episode, right, early on, Rob, where we talked about lines that we've misheard.
Yeah, we did.
Like, we remembered, like, it being one of our favorite parts from the film, and it wasn't actually in the film ever. Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Rob used to have a.
I think it was from Ninja Turtles, right? From Crumpets or something like that.
Rob would always talk about apparently this deleted scene from Hook that he swore that he saw.
It's coming back.
You are gonna love re-listening to these podcasts.
So you've been there before. I just remember that fondly from childhood, Rob talking about that.
Have you guys ever?
And then I would
ever heard about,
go ahead.
About this? This time when I went to Hook when I was a kid, and I fell into an alternate dimension for a second, and they threw the blue box into the ocean.
No, but I will tell you, I spent maybe 20 minutes one night when I remembered that trying to find it. I couldn't find it. Have you found it?
No, I can't. I've spent much longer than that too. It's either it's one of the Mandela effects. Either I'm crazy, it didn't happen, it did. Who the hell knows? I mean, I guess it didn't.
Maybe you're Truman.
This is another special episode where we we track down Spielberg. We get interviews from Rufio and Dustin Hoffman and
close.
If I ever see Steven on the street, I'm like, "Hey, Steve, I got a bone to pick with you. What happened to the boo box?" I'm just gonna yell it down Hollywood Boulevard because that's where he walks all the time.
Stayed on the deck. Fuck you. F you, man.
No boo box. No boo box.
What's in the boo box?
Rob, I know me and Zeke have talked about it, but did you get a chance to watch the Oscars?
No. Didn't see him.
No. Was there anything? Was there any particular category that you were kind of looking at or paying attention to?
I was curious on the original screenplay. I was interested in that one mostly, to be honest.
Me too.
The only one I really gave. And supporting actor. Also, I wanted to see old Santa get it. She did.
Which one? I'm sorry.
Supporting actor? Wasn't that what Sam Rockwell wanted?
Yeah, Rockwell. Yeah.
Yeah, straight from the set of Ninja Turtles 1.
It came a long way.
Regular or menthol. Anything you want to do. Anything you want to be. Well, he wanted to be Best Supporting Actor, and he went and did it.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was good. That's a good movie. Were you happy or disappointed about Get Out winning?
No, it was fun. That
for
was good.
Screenplay.
I'm not 100% sure it was the right choice, to be honest, but I'm not disappointed per se. I mean, it's well written and well made for sure. So I mean, I don't really have any big qualms.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was torn between him and Kumail and his wife.
The Big Sick.
And it was a crime that Baby Driver did not win a single editing.
Yeah, I thought they'd get it for sound for sure, like mix or design, something.
Wow.
I mean, Tequila was edited to bullet shots. For Christ's sakes.
Cool.
That was a good movie.
God. Oh, you gotta see it.
You gotta see it.
Stop talking on the podcast and go watch that movie.
See the movie.
You gotta see it, Rob.
Invite Mae West over and watch that movie. She'll love it.
Hey, boy. It's good to hear your voice.
Hey.
Hi.
May, it's great to see you.
Ooh, great to see you too. Is that a penis?
It's always great to experience May and April.
A boner in your pocket.
Wait, May, what? Do I have a boner in my pocket?
I think
when I talk to you,
I carry around a erect penis in your pocket.
I'm pretty sure that when we watched that film, it wasn't even her. She clearly did not have cognitive thought process. She was just basically a puppet.
They called
people
that
were
face, and they had
feeding lines.
Some skin and stuff.
Well, May, what have you been up to the last couple months?
The question is, what's been up me? Everything is the answer.
Oh, that's. I don't know if that's appropriate, May.
Oh, well, maybe you shouldn't have summoned me.
Yeah, that's you're right. You're right. That's on me.
Golly, she lives here now. It's very annoying.
How's it?
Paying rent.
I don't know how she only comes out.
That's going to be my next question. I know. And from your end, so I didn't know. Tell her we appreciate her coming on every time. So
make sure she gets the message. I did.
What else?
I wanted to make one joke about Zeke. I wish we'd gotten a little bit more into his Mexico trip because I really wanted to say something that. Did you go to Chichen Itza and go to the gift shop in the top there? I bet
the donkey show.
No, because there's a gift shop in the back of Lincoln's Head, so you went to Chichen Itza, and there's obviously a gift shop in there too, right? This is
to
not
where?
Playing off. Forget it.
No. Stop.
Dang it.
We're gonna rewind.
This one time, Zeke and I were talking about Mount Rushmore, and he says there's a gift shop in the back of Lincoln's Head, or maybe it's Washington's, and I don't believe it.
Lincoln.
No,
and then
there is.
Yeah. Shut up. There is not. Get out of here. And then he's like, oh, one time I shot a commercial in the same house as Christmas Vacation and Meet the Whippin'.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah.
So my joke is, so he goes to Mexico and he probably went to Pablo Escobar's summer home just to check.
Oh yeah, I gotta go hang out with Pablo, and we recreated Sicario because he's a big fan of the film.
Good, great. You're really something. We're real proud of you.
Yeah, I didn't really do that.
Yeah, of course you didn't, because Pablo's dead and he didn't live in Mexico.
Not in my heart.
He had a house there.
This joke was stupid and never should have happened.
I hate you two.
No.
The other last episode, I said I liked you guys, but I changed my mind.
We knew you were lying.
What?
You were a cross between a tiger and a liar.
I get that reference. Oh, I'm all right. Zeke's the real jerk. I'm gonna earn your love back before the end of the episode.
Good luck.
Not me.
Two strikes for you, one strike for Zeke. Not looking good. 3 strikes, and we have to throw it to the other family. This is family. What's that game called? Family Feud rules. I got two other hosts. Just
Family Matter Feud.
So you guys better not get any more strikes, because.
Well, this union's gonna strike.
We polled 100 people, and out of those 100 people, we asked them, "What's the most common thing you'll find in a kitchen?"
Rob, a Mae West.
Oh boy.
That's what's in Rob's kitchen.
Yep, that's where she
Show me Mae West.
Ding, 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 ding.
Number 3 was number 3. 49 people said Mae West.
Makes sense. You're not alone there in Afton, Rob.
Thank goodness.
Even though it seems like it, I'm sure.
Hey, did you guys see that? You see that Radiohead's coming to the U.S. again?
Didn't see. You're trying to
did you guys get tickets to the Radiohead show that's coming to the U.S.
Are you
this
working
summer?
on your 3rd strike? You are, aren't you?
I think it's worth it. Guys, do you think? What do you guys think I'm doing this summer?
Going to the radio
Take a guess.
show.
Oh, did I not tell you I'm going to Radiohead in Chicago over 4th of July weekend? I got general admission, GA.
Tickets, huh?
Yeah, I did the first day they opened for Chicago, they sold out right away. So they decided to have a second show. So they added a second show, and then they decided, okay, we'll sell tickets next Wednesday.
Yeah.
For the fan club, and of course I'm in the fan club because I'm a fan. And I won the lottery. I won the lottery that day. I got got general tickets.
Congratulations! I know you're a big fan, so that's exciting.
So you're driving out there by yourself?
Yeah, do you guys want to come with? If you guys have nothing going on over 4th of July weekend, please come join me.
Yeah, Rob wants to go along. He's going to wait in the car while you're at the show.
I'll sneak you in. Does Dan listen to this podcast? Dan Koopsma.
Sometimes.
If you're
calling
listening,
you out.
we will scalp tickets. Come with me, Dan. Yeah. Or if I get really scared and decide not to go at the last minute, I will sell the ticket.
Well, nothing bad ever happens in Chicago.
No, I never heard of it.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I was half tempted to get one in Detroit before they. No, I spent a good hour debating it before they added the second show. I was like, I gotta see him. What's that? That was it. I just didn't want to get shot.
You picked the right place.
I really like how Radiohead has managed to continue that one song through across their whole career. That's what I really like about it. I think that's.
I think you should wear a shirt to that show that says "Podcast Head."
Ha ha ha! Guess what, guys? Neither of those jokes landed. Suck.
Well, I'm not necessarily making a joke. I'm trying to take a dig at your band, Nick.
I know. Okay, so Zeke's joke stunk. Your dig didn't even hurt my feelings because when I hear that song, I still like it, especially that part where it goes gung gung.
For me, it's just like any Radiohead song except for the early stuff. It's always just like beep bop bloop bop bloop bloop.
Whoa! It's some.
That seems.
Did
like
you
every
just
song.
turn on that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I hear.
Your favorite song?
Boo.
Is the ship sailing away from the lighthouse, Zeke? Nick, what are you gonna say?
I was told by LeVar Burton as a child that I should keep the light on Abbey, and so I always run up and steal the lights from the lighthouses and then give them to strange people named Abby, and then they go keep the light on.
That one's over my head.
What are you talking about? Referring to my lady?
No, but I can give her the light.
Something about a church?
No, there's a book called "Keep the Light on Abbey."
Reference?
See, that
was on Reading Rainbow when we were children.
You're a well-read boy, man, and you're smarter than I. So all those.
I like Geordie, but I like Geordie better than whoever.
No, that's sacrilege.
No, boo.
No, that's 3 strikes against you, Rob.
Instantly.
Yeah, instant
Okay.
3 strikes.
That's 3.
Reading Rainbow.
Do you have another host laying around over there?
Is that that should be how it works?
Yeah, they wait out. There are so many people who are jealous about us being able to host this show that they're just laying out in Nick's yard right now, waiting for their chance. Next pod up.
Oh, it's Larry Nelson. Hey, Larry, come on in. Ooh, podcasting, huh? Yeah, cool.
Well, hey, fellas, how you doing? This is Cletus. I guess I'm up, huh?
Cletus, what are you doing over at Rob's place?
What? I'm with you guys. I'm sitting in the room with you. Didn't you?
Oh, Jesus! I didn't see. Jesus!
I've been laying out there in the snow for tarnation. Must have been about a good.
You're hiding underneath that snowdrift.
Minutes. I just saw people laying in the ground, and I said that looks like fun. So then I laid down next to them. Next thing I knew, this feller's pointing at me, and he
well,
just come on in here. We're hosting a podcast.
You're in because our other host is out, but you could have taken off your boots. The whole place is just covered in snow, man.
Yeah, well,
that's strike one for you, buddy.
So what? What are you gonna do? Strike one.
Cletus, do you live around here?
You guys ever hear this band Radiohead?
Yeah, I've heard of them. Why?
Well,
I know. Beep bop boobs. Beep bop boobs.
It's like, you ever heard like an electrical box making a buzz?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I think that's kind of, and then they bring out a little recorder and they say, well, that's our bass riff right there, and then they take a little laser blast off of the Star Wars movie, and then that's the guitar. So I think that's kind of weird.
Haven't heard that one before. Cletus, strike 3, you're out. See ya.
See ya, Cletus.
Adios.
Boy, he bounced out like he had springs on his boots.
Yeah, we're taking our next one from Afton, and since there's nobody standing out in the street there, might as well step on up to the microphone.
Seemed like an interesting guy.
Yeah, he's a gem.
I didn't like him from the...
Did you catch that? You said he was an oil miner.
Yeah, I did catch that. I don't know. I didn't get a chance to ask him more about it before he was kicked off the show.
Yeah, I didn't take it. You really rubbed Nick the wrong way.
Radiohead, don't... Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion he might make a return at some point.
So, it is snowing out there in Afton?
No, it stopped. It stopped now. It was.
You stuck your head out the window?
First started. Yep. I'm looking out.
What's it sound like?
That's a silly question. Strike 2.
Sounds like a Radiohead sound.
Hey!
Sounds like a Radiohead song. Hey-o!
You both fuck. That's 2 strikes from. Okay. Do we each have to hand out strikes? So Nick gives Zeke 2 strikes and Rob 2 strikes.
Do we have to get all the strikes from the same person?
You're out. You're out. God.
Well, hey guys, I'm back.
Cletus.
Good to see you.
What?
Hi there. Hey Cletus, how are you? Swell. Where's that coming from? That sounds like a... Is there a ghost around here? I hear a voice, but I don't see him. No, hi, my name's Rob. I'm on the phone. Oh, swell. Heard about them one time.
What do you mean you heard about what?
Yeah.
He's on the phone with us, Cletus.
Well, where I'm from, we don't like none of that new fancy schmangle dangles,
No, what's a smangy? What's a smangle dangle? No, what's that?
Fancy. What are you? Let me guess. You're some sort of city slicker.
What?
Listening to your Radiohead.
Yeah.
Watching movies.
Well, I'm sure you've got a TV at home of some kind.
My name is Lucky, King of Kentucky, Cletus McRetus, Aloysius, make 3 wishes. Kids, always help your parents do the dishes.
That's your...
Hold on, there's a little more.
Oh,
There's a little more. Help you do the dishes. Mockingjay, hey, what do you say? Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now that's my full name.
Is that that's your born Christian name, or...
Yeah, there's a couple of them. I've been knighted by the King of Kentucky. That's part of.
Oh.
You know what? I gotta go. See you.
Cletus. Right.
Hey,
All right. See you, Cletus.
Bye. Cletus.
Boing.
Can we-
I don't know. I don't know if he's just been living outside my place. Well, hopefully he comes back. I got some questions to ask him, but yeah. So. Really quick, have you guys seen anything good lately? Movies, TV, anything?
Is Zeke back?
Zeke? Oh, that's right. He's out. I think he's really... Hold on. I gotta check it. Probably passed out from having it hit by a bat.
This show is... I don't want to say it, but it is off the rails. This is just... No sort of... Really?
Here's Zeke!
Mrs. Darns.
I'll start. I saw it finally, the remake, and I loved it.
So, what'd you think?
Loved it.
Did you?
Loved it. What'd you guys think?
Good. I thought Pennywise was great, and the rest of it was garbage.
Oh, you really? You didn't like the... I thought the kids really stood out. I thought they were good.
Yeah, they were good acting. It was more a writing issue for me.
I haven't... I remember you watched the original at my house growing up, but I was like sleeping through it, or was terrified to watch it. So I can't compare it. Is it, what do you prefer so far? I know it's only halfway through on the remake, but do you like the original over this one?
I mean, I don't know. There's certain things that give and take a little bit. I liked that the miniseries was closer to the book. I'd read the book, so that's part of the reason I was probably so grumpy about.
That's right. That's what I should ask. How does it compare to the book? Should I be reading the book, Rob?
It's a really long book. It's a really good book.
Yeah, it's like 1,000 pages.
It's like 1,200 or something.
I had no idea. I'm sad to say it. I had no idea what the story was going into it, being as old as I am and as long as it's been around. But the story is what grabbed me more than anything else. I'll check out the book.
They're making another one already.
I think they're trying to figure out who to cast as the older folk. Or them.
I heard they've got a few people added. What?
Are you aware that that's in the book? It would flash back from them as kids into adults and kids to adults. So that's how they're doing this. Is they're doing all the kids stuff now, and then they're making the adult one.
So are there going to be? Is the next one still kids, or we just does it go 20? No. What is it, like 27 years later, and then adults? Okay, cool. So for all you listeners out there that already know everything about it, you can tune back in.
Does that mean when they get this next one done, they're gonna cut them together and do it like the book then? And there's gonna be like a director's cut of both of them combined?
Couldn't tell you. I kind of doubt it, but maybe they would. I don't know.
Great.
Zeke, did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Okay, that's actually a good response from you. If I get a, yeah, it's okay. That means it was good. Yeah. Oh, one more thing I wanted to touch. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, forget it.
No. I've taken over this show.
Welcome to the Nick Show. No, that's all good. Good. Go ahead, man. What's up?
This Black Panther craze. I saw it, and I know Zeke and I have talked about it already, but I got bored. I didn't. I don't. I don't know what I'm missing.
Yeah, it was all right. I didn't think it was awesome. I thought it was fine. Definitely not a game changer in my book. But
I'm in the same boat. I thought that it. I'm not a huge fan of all of the superhero movies as it is. I thought this was probably in the top third of all of them that have been made. But I didn't think that it was incredible just because like superheroes we're just inundated with them right now. But yeah, I mean it was better than the majority of this franchise that's come out. So.
Yeah. They're well written. That's what I appreciate that about most of them. But I guess I'm more confused by the hype and yeah. So, but I almost felt bad getting bored. I was like, I didn't know what I was missing out on. But
I mean, I don't know. It's all, I guess, personal opinion. Maybe some people buy into hype. I don't really know what to tell you, but I agree with you for sure.
I had I think in the last few years, I think the newest Thor has been definitely a highlight. It was pretty good.
Ragnarok, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. But
you got to see the old Incredible Hulk's butt. That was great. Saw that old green butt.
I'll tell you what, we were doing about time.
Not enough nudity in those movies.
Do you remember? I can't remember which movie we were watching in the theater, but it was a shower scene, and
yeah, it was Tomb Raider. Yeah,
was it Tomb Raider? And Rob.
I know exactly.
Rob made a sexy kind of noise. Turned out it wasn't a lady in the bath.
They showed Angelina Jolie first in the shower, so I probably went ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And then they showed like a very similar scene later in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I assumed it was her again. I go, ooh, but it was her.
It was a man.
Her fellow companion.
Yeah.
A dude. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Wasn't Daniel Craig in those movies?
It might have been.
Before he was famous?
It might have been Daniel Craig, because I think...
You talking about old 007?
I am.
Yeah, James Bond.
Interesting. That's neat.
I still chuckle at that. We gave him a hard time during and after.
Yeah, as you should.
But then again, you're right. Nothing wrong with it.
Nothing.
That's all right. Mae West gives him a hard time too.
I don't know how you live with her, not just have a constant hard on.
I mean, you haven't seen her in real life. I mean, she really is like a sack of skin.
Oh man,
not too pleasant to look at.
Okay.
Well, if only you could go back in time and see what she was really like.
If I could turn back. I looked at some pictures of her when she was young. Didn't really do it for me then either, to be honest.
Okay. Well, that's all I had written down for topics.
Well, there's one that we haven't touched on yet.
Go for it.
Just
I can't think of a one.
this is the entire premise of the podcast.
You should see what.
Are we still doing that?
You know what time it is, Rob?
Zing, 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 quick, it's time for the next segment. Zing, 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 quick, we're going to talk about a little movie. And it's kind of movie. There we go.
So I'm
You
gonna.
didn't even sound like Zeke that time. You just sounded like a gorilla.
It was King Kong. Do you want to read the actual synopsis, and then I will tell you what I felt the synopsis should have been written like?
Nick, do you have the synopsis I pulled up? I do not.
Yes.
I got a few other things. Give me...
Hit it.
Yeah.
This is from IMDb. It's short. Wow, it's short. A young boy accidentally joins a band of time-traveling dwarves as they jump from era to era looking for treasure to steal.
Okay, I thought it was 2-hour film split into 6 sections of skits with random famous people, about 7 dwarves and child abandonment.
I can't disagree with that.
It's pretty good.
So the film that we're talking about... Oh, go ahead, Rob.
The child abandonment part's really going to turn people off. I'd maybe cut that out of my... I mean, if I was trying to sell this movie.
Are you trying to sell this movie?
Not particularly.
So the film we're talking about is Time Bandits. We connected it to from Labyrinth by Jack Purvis, who played one of the creation, starting, stealing characters in the film.
Person, there's a bunch of little persons, and he was one of the little people in both.
Yeah. His name was Wally, and he was a time bandit. And this film starred Sean Connery, John Cleese, and Shelley Duvall, along with Jack Purvis.
What about that Eric Bird? No, Eric. That other Monty Python guy. He was in there. Eric
Idle?
It could be.
From Monty Python?
He's the one in... Yeah, he's in
Michael.
European Vacation.
Oh,
he's the one that
no.
gets hit by a bike.
No.
Oh, he's on the bike.
I know what you're talking about. He is not in this. Michael Palin. But
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
He is too. He's the guy that's like, could you love me with this thing on my nose? Wasn't that him?
Oh, maybe.
Did you guys notice? Are you guys? Did you notice that there were 2 maesters from Game of Thrones in this film?
I saw one.
Catch a one.
So there were 2. Jim Broadbent and Peter Vaughn. Peter Vaughn was the ogre, and Jim Broadbent was the TV show host that kept popping up random places.
He's the great big bushy beard guy.
Yep. A great big bushy beard. And then Bilbo Baggins played Napoleon.
Yeah, he sure did, didn't he?
That guy, Ian Holm. I like him. He's always popping up. He makes my day. I think he's. I think he's got good. He's got good funny timing. The Napoleon bit was actually pretty funny at some parts compared to other bits.
I did enjoy that.
I think that was the strongest.
5'6".
Yeah, comparing himself in height.
Till the hump. 6'4" 3/4".
Yeah, I thought that was good. It goes in stages of the time that it was made. It was the modern era, Napoleonic Italy, Robin Hood, which I thought was the weakest of them, Agamemnon, Titanic, and then it goes to the Time of Legends with the ogre, the giant, and then the Fortress of Ultimate Darkness, which was just absurdity. But
looked like a bunch of toothpicks.
Yeah, I did like the ogre though.
Yeah, the ogre, that was pretty.
The ogre with a bad back.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Rob,
all he needed to do was get in that ocean.
Yeah, how long was he walking before he actually, is he like a whale? Does he not have to come up for?
That's a good question.
Robin Hood was not the weakest, by the way. That scene was the best.
What was the weakest in your mind?
The weakest scene? I wouldn't say scene. I just think I think it just had a slow start. So maybe like the
whole
first
film was slow.
I'd say the first half hour really could have been cut a bit.
So I made the mistake of not paying attention to how long the movie was before I started it. So I thought it was a 90-minute movie, and it's about 2 hours on the nose. And that last half hour, I kept thinking, like, how much more is there already? So. But when it said starring Sean Connery, John Cleese, and Shelley Duvall, Shelley popped up a couple of places, just to different characters. But I was bummed that Cleese just wasn't a strong role, and I was hoping for more from him.
Both of them.
So these characters, these 5 strange dwarves jump out of a bedroom closet and beat a child, and then they abduct him into time and space. And then they are going through time and stealing all the riches because they don't feel like they're being paid enough by God. And then they go to Robin Hood's time, and then Robin Hood takes all the gold that they've been stealing and gives it to the poor, and they are just put out by this entire experience.
If you met the poor, you'll just love them.
And they just stolen all of Napoleon's treasures, and then Robin Hood took it and gave it all to the poor. And then when I liked the gift exchange, so they would give him a gift, and then this guy would just deck him. Are you sure that's absolutely necessary? Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, man, that part killed me. That's one of the best jokes. It really is.
That was pretty good.
That guy really sold it. The one that's punching him. And then, you sound very disappointed by it, I gotta say.
Well, there were some lines that I liked. You never start at 1. Whoever heard of anything starting at 1? I liked that. I liked, we agreed no leader, right? So shut up and do as I say. I liked that one.
I did.
But puppet homicide. I liked that.
I liked when Evil was talking. He's talking about creation, and he says, "I don't know what they're doing. I would have made lasers 8 o'clock first day." I thought that made me giggle pretty good.
So I don't know. I don't know what I expected it to be, but it wasn't anything at all that I was expecting. And I did.
That happened to us a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does. I'm not entirely sure why that is. I didn't understand why Sean Connery didn't take the child with him at the end, since he had claimed him earlier in the film as a different character. So Sean Connery played Agamemnon, claims this child that's abandoned as his own son, and then the dwarves come back and steal him back into time. And then at the end, his parents are murdered in front of him because they reach into the microwave and touch part of evil. And then Sean Connery winks at him, gets in the fire truck, and drives away. And then the child just stands there screaming for his parents, and there's no one left.
They had a big fight. Terry Gilliam had a big fight with the studio about keeping that in, the parents dying or not. And they decided actually to keep it in after a test screening with just all kids. And most of the kids came out when they asked them what their favorite scene was when the parents got killed. Little kids loved that, I guess.
But I don't mind that they were killed. I mind that Sean Connery didn't throw him on the back of the fire truck. They left him there. I mean, his parents weren't great parents. I understand why they had to go. I just don't understand why, after that argument, they didn't decide that anybody needed to take care of the child.
He's coming back. Maybe he didn't see him blow up. I like to think there was a missing scene where they where they came back, and Sean Connery takes it.
He's a strong British child with a stiff upper lip. He'll be fine.
So this is the third film that we've watched starring Shelley Duvall. Rob, would you like to tell him which the other two movies were?
Yes, please.
One of them was called Brewster McCloud. And it's really good. And she was a sex symbol, and it was kind of weird because, well, she's Shelley Duvall. Maybe that's mean.
It's her first movie too.
She's kind of just different looking. Not that that's bad either. And then it went to Frogs, and she played a mom, and she seemed fit that role very well.
And then she was in this one, and she got tied to a tree and mugged, and then sank on the Titanic after she ran away from her fiancé because he was bald.
Yeah.
And her character name was Pansy.
Not that there's anything wrong with being bald.
Or being a pansy.
Right.
Or pansy flowers. Those are pretty.
Those are pretty. Oh,
Pansy or Pantsy?
It was Pansy.
Well,
not Pantsy?
I guess it maybe back in
Cousin Pansy?
19.
Yeah.
When did it sink? 1911, 1915? Maybe back then it was Pansy.
Pantsy.
Pansy.
I don't think she had a scene where she wore pants, so it would make sense.
Speaking of plants,
she was wearing dresses, everyone. Though it wasn't that.
No.
It wasn't like that.
Plants and trees. So they got fired because one of the dwarves created. I guess my question is, do you know what tree they were talking about? It was like a pink tree that
smelled really bad.
Is that a real tree?
I don't think so. But they said that they created it. It didn't get used, and they got sent down for it.
Yeah.
Then they quit and stole the map because they felt like they weren't being paid enough. And then at the end of the film, they get their jobs back, but they're demoted in pay, backdated to the start of eternity.
Yeah. And they were happy. They were all happy about it.
Yeah, the ending scene was fun just because of how absurd it was. But I think it went on entirely too long.
It was a very random movie, and you're right. It definitely was just bits, but some of them worked. Of course, some of them fell a little flat.
I mean, a lot of the skits, a lot of the Monty Python stuff, and not that this is Monty Python just has people from that in it. A lot of that is random, but at least it has like a story arc, and this story arc was, I felt, weaker than the Monty Python story arcs that I'm used to. It's kind of like a Saturday Night Live movie, and then they have a very loose arc storyline that follows through.
Yeah, but the style is, I mean, like Gilliam's style is just it's one of his earliest directorial debuts types, but. Anyways, right away you could tell it's his kind of. His movies always look great. They always look very interesting. They're very dark and.
The beginning reminded me a lot of Indian in the Cupboard.
Yeah, I could see that.
Except if the Indian was trying to kill the child, then that's what it would have been.
I like old movies like that though because they don't really. I like the fact that they beat him up because like these days. That's what would be on the news. It'd be like, new movie came out, and the child is beaten. Back then, it was just like, good. The fucking kid probably had it coming. But no, old movies didn't hold back. There wasn't PC as much as there is now, so it's kind of fun.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, I was kind of bummed that Cleese and Connery were more cameos, and the actual stars definitely deserve to have their names on the opening credit. Not those.
I thought that was just because of like their fame that got them up front. But I thought that they'd have bigger roles, especially when I read that Sean Connery the script was written for a character like Sean Connery to play it, but then it randomly ended up in his hands and he played it. So I thought that of all of the scripts that he read, let alone the characters that he played, like, why is this the one where he's like, yeah, I can see myself playing this role. I can see a child taking pictures of me with a Polaroid as I play Agamemnon.
Right.
It's weird.
with him supposedly being so picky. Yeah, it was. Yeah. He was a huge fan of Monty Python. I read that had a big part of it. But
sure.
But yeah, I read that story.
But then he didn't even get to do a scene with Cleese. That would have been my writer. Like, I would have wanted to do a scene.
Absolutely. I thought it was those two as some sort of duo. I went into this movie not knowing anything about it. And maybe that's why it didn't necessarily ruin it, but I went in with reading the reviews being so highly as they were, and John Cleese and Sean Connery. I guess I went in with very high expectations. And
yeah.
I think we're obviously maybe a little too old now. I bet if I would have seen this as a kid, I would have fell in love with it, but at 33, it's just a little past my due.
Yeah, I think that they ended up using a lot of the same effects that Labyrinth did, or even Superman 2, right? Wasn't there some sort of trivia where they used some of the same crew as Superman 2? Did I say Spider-Man? I meant Superman. Where they because in our previous podcast, Rob, we talked about the dilemmas that Superman 2 had faced, and I think there's something trivia-wise where the money for the studio had to dump this film, and it got picked up by somebody else because of those financial problems that were caused by Superman 2. But they ended up using that same kind of glass drop through space in Time Bandits that they had at the beginning of Superman.
At least the effects were practical. I still love and appreciate them. I know obviously these days it just takes too much time and resources, so you don't see it. So it's really cool.
Yeah, it's always better to have practical over visual. But
tell Hollywood, Zeke. Go tell Hollywood that you're there.
We're telling them right now. But I did enjoy the random storylines that would come up. For the most part, I just wish they would have tied together better.
Rob, what'd you like about the movie?
I feel like Bill and Ted ripped this movie off. That's what I think.
Do you think they did a better job ripping it off the way they went with it?
Sadly, probably, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think I would say yes too.
What did I like about it? I mean, it was fine. That's really all I can say. It's solid.
Yeah.
Middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I really didn't even take many notes. Should have bought German. I thought that was funny. I thought it was funny when, at some point, one of the leader of the little guys, he was saying, "Og, you here?" So I was going to say, "Nick, you here? Zeke, you here?" I got nothing. I got nothing, guys.
So we could all agree it's just one of those that we watched and really just kind of easily to forget. Yeah.
Well, do you want to rate it right now, or do you want Nick? You had some quotes you wanted to quiz us on.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. It's just it's a simple game. It's to test to see if you were really watching. And by the way it sounds, you guys might fail at this. I'm going to play you some audio clips, and you guys are going to tell me if this is from Time Bandits or not. You don't even have to say what the movie is from the other options. So, 1 second here. I will start it off pretty easy. Okay, here we go.
Anything you want to do?
Clip number 1. I gotta turn it up, and start it over. Okay, that's the longest clip. Is that from Time Bandits, gentlemen? And could you hear it?
I think no.
Yeah, it sounds like Napoleon, but I don't think it is either.
It is from Time Bandits.
Damn it!
Dang it!
That was from time, and it might be because the audio is crap, but you were both 0-0. Here we go. Next one.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
That's not from Time Bandits.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Rob, is that from Time Bandits?
Was that the scene where they went to the school and were old people and trying to learn?
Yes, you're correct. That is from Time Bandits.
Yeah, no, it is.
It is from Time Bandits, and yeah, they were quizzing each other, and that was the teacher. So yes, that was Time Bandits. 1 for Rob, still 0 for Zeke. Here we go. Next one.
Suck it.
Who was that?
What? Well, this one's quick. Rob won that one. Here we go.
It was Billy.
Here we go. Here's the next one. It's really quick. Okay, is that from Time Bandits, gentlemen?
I say it is.
Rob?
I say it isn't.
It is not. It is From Dusk Till Dawn. Rob is up 2. Zeke, 0. Okay, next one. Here we go. Gentlemen, is that from Time Bandits?
I think you were just playing a Radiohead song.
I'm going to play it again.
I say no.
Yeah, definitely Radiohead.
Yeah, Zeke says no. Rob says...
I think Zeke said yes, didn't he?
Oh,
I said no.
Yes. Rob?
No, okay. I'm going to say no, too.
It is... yes, it is when Sylvester Stallone shows up with his mom with the gun. When they're robbing Robin Hood.
Because they didn't stop.
Yeah.
This game is stupid.
I know it's not going to. I don't think it's going to work over the podcast, but we'll try one more.
Definitely is. That's it. It's them. I recognize Og and Vermin talking. That's them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't say yes without losing more points. Well, yeah, I'll say yes.
I just gotta hear this. Part.
It's definitely a robber. It is.
I love that's one of
Definitely
my
is.
that's my favorite. How long have you been a robber? 4'1".
It's a long time.
No, that's not from the movie. I'm sorry. That's from Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
What?
So you both lose that one. So 0-0, you guys tie. Thanks for playing, and you both lose.
Okay. Shall we rate this old
Let's rate it.
Okay.
A rating party.
Oh, cool. That's kind of fits. Okay, here I go. Sex or the Saw. I'm giving it like sex, but like first base, just like a real kiss at the end of the night kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I do not.
Never done.
Wait. That could go either way. That's a really positive thing. So that so you liked it.
No, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do in sex. So I mean, a little peck on the cheek is.
Oh, so okay. I'm still trying to figure out your scale. Like what's so
like,
top would be.
$4.99. I paid.
No.
$3.99,
You don't need to do.
I give it.
No. You don't. We're sticking with the other thing. So one end of the scale. One end of the scale is like orgasm of the century, and at the bottom of it would be like a peck on the cheek. Is that what you're saying?
I thought that the other end of the scale was being hacked to bits.
Yeah.
Like dry humping.
No, being cut up with a chainsaw.
No, so.
Oh Jesus!
So on the good, so you've got sex or the saw. Sex is the good end, which would be like all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the very worst of sex would be like a peck on the cheek. So I'm giving this bare. It's like a 50% is what I'm giving it.
Yeah. Okay.
Whereas the saw would be on the negative end. Whereas
And it's all like sexually related, so it's like a saw cutting your dick off.
No, saw is not. We haven't gotten a saw yet, but it would be like
Okay, sorry.
getting your skin peeled off.
Okay, sorry.
That is a John Wayne Bobbitt situation.
Yep.
Okay.
I paid $7.99 for this. Went and bought it from the local used shop.
Yeah.
I would give it, if I hadn't watched it and felt like I was missing out, I would give it $1.50 to see it again.
Very good.
Okay. Wow.
Mr. Nick.
I borrowed Zeke's, and Zeke, you paid $7.99.
I did.
I think it's weird. Like for watching it the first time through, I'd give it $3.50. But I feel like if it's one of those that would grow on me, so my growing on me score would be $5.50.
Huh. All right.
So she's sitting at about 40. Initial watch, I think we're giving her around 35%.
Yep.
Nick says with further watchings, we might bump it up to somewhere in the 40s, maybe.
Yep. Yeah,
Seems about-
42.
seems appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
I'm rating it the highest.
I am too.
This is
I
one.
didn't hate it. It was okay. Got some
Yeah.
giggles.
No, I liked it. This is one I thought we were going to come out of loving, and I was surprised.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we would. I don't know. Like you guys said, I really do like the practical effects and stuff like that, so I really appreciate it for that. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel the need to watch it again anytime soon, that's for sure. But
Well, I've got it if you ever want to.
thanks, man. Okay, hey Zeke, are you ready to choose your dick?
Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me.
Suck it to you. Nick, you could be in on this if you would just
I missed out.
do your damn homework.
I missed out.
Do your damn homework.
Tell that
Okay,
to
here we go.
2001 Nick too. Maybe you would have gotten farther than that.
Okay, here we go. So we got 5 choices. First, we got Sean Connery. We're linking to Highlander. Have you seen that?
That's a documentary filmed in real time.
Yeah, that's right.
No, I've not seen it.
Okay, so an immortal Scottish swordsman must confront the last of his immortal opponents, a murderously brutal barbarian who lusts for the fabled prize. So that's 1. 2 is another Terry Gilliam, whatever his name is. We're linking through Mrs. Ogre from Time Bandits. Catherine Hillman's her name. Brazil, and I actually am very fond of this movie. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it, correct?
I figured that would make the list, so I watched it to spite you.
Did you really?
No. I figured that it would make the list, though. I know that you've talked about it before. I have not. I don't think that I've seen it. Is it all in black and white? I definitely am.
No.
Okay. Then it's not the one then it's not the one that I was thinking it was. So I have not seen it.
Okay, very good. Nick, have you seen either of those two? Just get you involved. Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna. Okay, ask the question again.
Have you seen either Highlander or Brazil?
No, I haven't seen Highlander or I've seen. I have seen Brazil, but I don't remember a lot about it.
Well, it doesn't matter because you didn't do your homework. All right.
That joke landed.
All right, Brazil. A bureaucrat in a retro future world tries to correct an administrative error and becomes an enemy of the state. It's a pretty groovy little movie.
Have you seen it?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think number 3 is going to count. We went through Evil from Time Bandit, David Warner, to Tron, which I know you have seen, Zeke, but I don't think Nick, have you?
I haven't seen the original.
Okay, so Nick, Zeke, if you want to consider it, you know what it is. If you want to be bored to death again,
Sure.
So,
Pick a good one, Zeke. Pick one that I'm gonna look forward to.
And then through Og, Mike Edmonds, we have Legend, A young man must stop the Lord of Darkness from both destroying daylight and marrying the woman he loves. And that's the Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, with Tim Curry, right?
I'm not sure if he's in it. It could be Tim Curry in it.
What was the first one that you offered me?
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, sorry.
Tim Curry is in it.
Highlander, yeah.
Yep. And finally, number 5 through Vermin, Tiny Ross, which I think is an unfortunate name for a little person, but
yeah.
Maybe that's a terrible thing to say. I don't know. Flash Gordon.
What's it called?
And this Flash Gordon. This has actually been an option to you, I believe, before.
Yeah.
A football player and his friends travel to the planet Mongo and find themselves fighting the tyranny of Ming, the Merciless, to save the Earth. And I just know that there's a lot of pop culture stuff behind that. I don't really know a ton about it, but
what year? What year was it made?
80.
Okay. Oh, so pop culture in the 80s. Okay.
So those are some good options.
There's references to it. Yeah, I thought this week was actually sitting pretty good. So,
unfortunately, my spokesman said that none of them are acceptable this week. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said that because of your love of Kevin Costner, he would accept Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood, or Darby O'Gill and the Little People, which he expected to be on this list.
The movie's called The Little People?
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
Darby O'Gill.
Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
It's interesting. And how the heck do you get to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? You just
Sean Connery. Sean Connery has a cameo. He plays King Richard. He has an outlaw for an in-law.
Spoiler, he dies.
Okay, here we go. Darby O'Gill and the Little People. Give me a second. It's a tale about a wily Irishman and his battle of wits with leprechauns. The film was directed by Robert Stevenson and screenplay by Lawrence Edward Watkin, after the books of Hermione Templeton Kavanagh. Have you seen this, Zeke?
No, I haven't.
Obviously not.
I have not.
You want to see this?
I took a gamble this week that it would be that one, Legend, or Brazil, and
so you got two,
how about John Cleese and A Fish Called Wanda? Throwing it out there. Didn't do my homework, so it doesn't matter.
It's a dumb name for a fish. Dumb name for fish. Not interested.
I've never actually seen it, but I hear it's great.
Well, I didn't do my.
Not interested.
He's not right. Rob is right. I didn't do my homework.
Not interested.
So
as far as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, I've seen parts of it, and I don't like Kevin Costner as an actor. Why is he talking like that?
Whatever. Have you not seen the sequel to The Shape of Water?
What is that?
What's that?
The Shape of Water World.
Oh, right.
Shape of Water World.
I forgot about that.
He's the offspring of bestiality.
Yeah, I do like that movie.
So my favorite part of that movie is where the old guy's down in the oil well because he's an oil miner. And the flare comes down. He's like, "Oh, thank God."
Thank God. Yeah. He was ready.
So, quick question on Legend. You connected Brazil to Ian Holm. How did you get to Legend?
Legend was through.
I saw that one too when I was.
Mike Edwards, which you might have me there. It was uncredited, and I can't remember if we're allowing.
We are allowing that. What's his name?
Okay. Mike Edmonds.
He
was Og.
Edmonds.
Yeah.
What do you mean he was Og?
He was the character Og.
I thought the character Og was Peter Vaughn.
No, Og was played by Mike Edmonds.
Like the
Peter Vaughn was Winston the Ogre.
Oh, who was Og?
Og was Mike.
Og was
Mike Edmonds.
The little fellers.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. Well, I know Brazil is good.
How about Ian Holm in Fellowship of the Ring?
Never heard of it.
We could do Ninja Turtles too.
How do we get to there?
Evil, David Werner.
Well, we can't because I've seen it so many times. Have you ever seen Legend?
I haven't.
I have.
You have. So you've seen Legend and Brazil. I think that Legend is probably terrible, but I hear that the makeup for Tim Curry is incredible.
Is he the devil?
He's the devil, yeah.
By the way, Tim Curry plays the original Pennywise.
Yeah, he sure does.
Hey,
Georgie, you want to?
So I'm gonna choose Legend.
Man, we've been stuck in fantasy for 3 movies.
You haven't even seen the others.
I don't want to. I don't want to see Frog. I don't want to see.
Nick, just wait till you get to films 11 through 21.
You won't be stuck in fantasy then.
God, fantasy.
Legend. I'm pleased. I thought this was a pretty good list this week.
Yeah, you did a great job for finding those. I thought for sure it would be Brazil or Jabberwocky coming from the Rob side. I was surprised you got to Legend, which makes me thrilled to death because Saturday I opened a little package in the mail, and guess what was in it? Legend, bitches.
No shit.
I guessed right.
Can I borrow it from you?
You were predicting, you son of a... I'm that... Oh, so I'm so predictable,
Oh, wait. Before you make your decision, how about Shelley Duvall to The Shining?
I thought about that, too. Have you seen that, Zeke?
I have not seen The Shining.
Yeah, sure. So if you want to consider that, go ahead.
Nope. Nope, because it wasn't on your list.
That's all right. I'm just...
I already own that one, though.
Nick, do you want to be part of this podcast? You have to... I'm just...
Prove it!
3 fantasy... It's the way it goes.
Well, the first ones are a lot easier to listen to than the later ones. They progressively get longer.
Yeah, I sure do. So, Zeke, you really...
Yep.
I forgot to mention, we got I started a fan club. Well, I didn't actually. One of our fans, I'll just call him Jason, and he likes to be called the Supreme Dingus.
Supreme Dingus.
2 boys, 1. Yeah.
He's
F. If you're out there,
JF.
He's the Supreme Dingus of the 2 boys, 1 podcast.
TB1P Supreme Dingus.
Yep.
I like it.
So, congratulations, Supreme Dingus, Jason.
Yep.
Thanks for. Now, Zeke, real quick.
Yep.
You predicted I was going to have Legend on this list, so you bought it ahead of time?
I did.
For that reason, or did you just buy it because you wanted to see it?
No, actually, Supreme Dingus and I were on a shoot, and he had brought it up, and I'd never heard of it. I had no recollection of the movie at all. And he was talking about the prosthetics on it, and so I thought there was an outside chance you could connect it. I wasn't sure how. I didn't make that uncredited connection, so I thought that it was gonna make my list further down of the movies that I've been trying to connect through this entire podcast. So it wasn't that I thought that it would be this week. I just ordered it because I got a stupid deal on it, and they had it in town, but I got it for like a third of that, and I didn't want to have to go buy it later and not find it on Amazon. So
Gotcha. Right on.
yeah, but I knew.
I was confused.
Oh, what was that?
Well, it's confused. You're like, I'm surprised you're able to link it, but guess what I got in the mail? Legend. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, no, it was completely random. I knew Brazil would be there. I thought Jabberwocky would be an option. The other ones...
I'm just not a huge fan of Jabberwocky.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I thought that Darby O'Gill might be on there. Flash Gordon, I'm surprised by. And Highlander was a good choice, though. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie either. I mean, it's not great by any means. But...
I mean,
Hey, Nick,
it'd be
what
the
would you
first
have
documentary that we covered, so...
That's right. That's goddamn right. Nick, what would you have picked? Nick?
None of them.
Oh, I thought he'd die.
None of them.
No, anyway, you would have had to.
What happens if the other guy
You have to
doesn't?
pick one. No.
Then you get FTD by a horse.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Does it always have to be? Well, how many did you pick? 5? Does it always have to be 5 movies?
No, sometimes I didn't. There's been times I haven't given Zeke a choice. You know,
Yeah, I've done that to Rob too, where I've just said, "You're dead."
It's more of a courtesy to give him. Yeah, he did that with Frog. He told me it was just Frog.
Yep.
And I know I've done it to you too.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's really no rules to it. It's more of a courtesy to let someone pick.
Well, that was
but
nice.
If you want, you can just.
Nice, 5 stinkers, but still really nice here.
Shut up. Which one would you have picked there, old grumpy pants?
Out of those 5?
Yeah.
Taking a dump on all of them, and then said, we're watching The Shining. Or we're watching John Cleese in...
Quit dodging the question.
The Life
Which
of
one would
Brian.
you have picked?
Have you seen The Life of Brian, Zeke?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen The Life of Brian.
Yeah, so have I. So it's disqualified.
Okay, out of those 5, I don't know. Who cares? I didn't do... I can't... It doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, in the end, you're watching Legends.
Legend.
Of the Hidden Temple?
No, just Legend. We're getting in the mood for a little Fallout MI6 this summer with watching a Tom Cruise creature film.
That'll get us in some Tom Cruise. Oh yeah. Who
Far
gets
and
to
away.
pick the
We're gonna watch
movies?
Far and Away.
Who gets to pick the movies next time?
Depends on if you've done your homework or not.
If I do my homework, can I pick them?
Yes.
If you get through all 23 that you need to listen to, yeah.
Okay.
Let's record tomorrow.
We haven't decided for sure if we're going to do like a triangle, like. Yep.
So yeah, if you get your homework done, you can pick. Otherwise, I
Who's
pick
the
and
backup?
offered.
Okay.
I offer to Rob next time.
Have a backup. Probably won't need them, but have some backups. And we'll talk about some Legend of the Hidden Temple. Can't wait. Which season?
All of them.
Cool, man. Green monkeys all the way.
So you got to watch all of those, and you got to listen to all the podcasts. Then you got to watch the right movie.
We'll talk about the compromise after the show, and we'll let you folks know next time if I win.
We'll have some news on that.
I'm gonna bring a gavel.
Well,
I will appeal.
Again, I want to thank Supreme Dingus Jason F. for listening.
Not only listening, but commenting on every single one of our videos. Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Cousin Pants.
Cousin Pants.
I'd like to tell Dan that you have to plan a road trip with Nick to Chicago to duck bullets and
if you're
listen to
listening,
Podcast
Dan,
Head.
Call
And
me.
Val, if you're listening, hey, thanks for listening. You're a good swell lady.
Are there actual listeners that you don't know personally?
Yeah, I think on SoundCloud we've got like something silly like 16 follows, but I think there's probably some people that we don't know that listen. I couldn't say for sure.
But we want to know you, so comment on our videos with kind comments. We're not going to read them if they're mean, and we'll give you a shout out.
I want to give you an unofficial
will,
thank
for
you from somebody that's not officially part of the podcast. So thank you, you17. And I'm not on Facebook because I'm paranoid, but I'll find you.
In person.
Jesus.
Now they're paranoid too.
I got
I will find you. He has a very specific set of skills.
Oh, I got a clip for that. I didn't play it. You tell me if it's from Time Bandits or not.
We are so over on time. I'm calling it. We're done.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay, thanks for playing, everybody. And next time, Rob's got to do the finale. And okay, love you. Bye.
Always remember, don't be a sucker.
The portions of today's broadcast that you actually enjoyed are brought to you in whole by... Psst.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't mean to be rude, but you're in your stall and I'm in mine. It's bad enough we have to go hear and smell each other. Just let me defecate in peace.
Defo what?
Please, stop.
It'll only take a second. And to be honest, I'm going to keep pestering you until you give me what I want. So if you want it to be quiet, better to rip the bandage off and just get it over with.
This may very well be the worst environment to be a captive audience member. What do you want?
Oh, there are many, many worse places you could be right now. Many.
Please, just say what you want to say.
I'd like your stool.
You want to switch seats?
Ha! No! Now that you mention it, I do wonder which one is better, though.
I'm not doing that.
I want your stool. Stool.
Excuse me!
Why? Did you fart? This is literally the best place to do that.
No. I mean, probably, but no! What you're asking is highly inappropriate.
It's for a gift.
You gotta be joking.
I'm not. It's a hate gift.
There must be a better way.
This is the best way.
can't believe I'm saying this. What way?
I collect the dried poo. You know, the stuff that gets caught in your hair and you can't wipe away. Your dingleberries, the pre-streak mark monkeys.
Why?
I collect them in a little jar, dry them in the sun, then bring them over to a friend's house that I don't really like, and add a little water.
That's diabolical.
I know. The best part is they actually say thank you. Well, before I add water they do. I don't really know what they say after that.
You don't see them again?
They usually move. I think it drives them mad.
That's horrible.
Not really. I own a moving business. It actually works out pretty well.
You're mad.
I think I'm pretty happy as a person.
What do you call this scheme of yours?
Poopery. Just add water.
It just rolls off the tongue.
It just rolls out your bum.
Well, that's enough for me. I'm out of here.
Oh, come on. We were bonding.
I wasn't. By the way, here you go.
You're handing me something?
You've been served.
You didn't wash. I'm not touching that.
I haven't been using the bathroom. I've just been sitting here waiting for your dumb ass to ask for my poo. Have a nice day.
Hey, wait until I finish up. I want to talk to you. Hey! Poopery. Vengeance with subtle undertones. Just add water. Offer ends soon. Order while you can.
Glad we decided to do this before breakfast. Oof.